Hi guys! So I read all of your surveys and now I know a lot more about you, but I figured that maybe you wanted to know a little bit more about me too. So what I did was I wrote down all of the questions that you guys wrote on your surveys for me, and I'm going to answer them for you in this video. If I skipped over one of your questions, it probably means that I was kind of falling asleep when I was going over them, so I'm sorry. You can just ask me in class and I'll let you know. Okay, here goes. So first, will there be retakes on quizzes? Yes, there will be retakes on quizzes. Did you really just ask that question? We went over that. It's on the syllabus. Shame on you. Is your class hard? It can be, but I kind of balance out grading really hard with letting you retake stuff, so I feel like that makes it a little less hard. I don't know. That's probably a better question for the people who are seniors who had me last year. Do you give lots of work? Yes, I do. I'm sorry. I try to make it manageable, but it ends up being a lot. I just want you to learn. What's the best thing you remember about your childhood? I don't know. I had an awesome childhood. I tend to look at things with rose-colored glasses, so like everything I remember in the past is pretty positive. But I think probably the best thing about my childhood was I went to sixth grade sleepaway camp with all of the sixth graders at my middle school. And it was like we had to live in cabins and learn how to navigate in the woods and stuff. And it was really, really fun. And I made a lot of friends at sixth grade camp who I kept for like the rest of high school and I'm still friends with now. So that was pretty cool. How many books have you read? A lot. I read a lot of books. You can see my bookshelf behind me. There it is. So I have that one, and then I have one over here, and then one over here, and then I have 3 downstairs in the living room that I share with my roommates, and a bunch of them back at my house in Cleveland too, so I read a lot of books. How did you succeed in becoming a teacher? I don't know if I've succeeded yet. I became a teacher by going to grad school and getting my master's degree, which allowed me to be a teacher in Illinois. But I don't know if I'm successful yet. That's probably more for you guys to judge at the end of the year. How to succeed on the ACT? It's an excellent question, and that's what we're going to talk about in class. So stay tuned. There's more ACT tips coming your way. How tall are you? I'm 5 foot. I'm 5 foot and a quarter of an inch, which is very, very short. This is a true story. When I was in high school, I was considered legally handicapped because I was under the limit for being handicapped. It was 4'10", and I was 4'9" and a half. But I grew in college. Are you really competitive? I like to think that I'm not, but yes, I am very competitive. Unless other people around me are getting really competitive, and then I'm like, whoa, guys, chill. My favorite food is a toss-up between wings and breadsticks from Olive Garden. I'm very classy. What are your best cat puns? I really like when someone's sick. I really like saying, do you need a paramedic? Oh, cat puns. How long have you worked at LVHS? This is my 4th year teaching, but my 5th year at Lakeview because I also was a student teacher here. My mentor teachers were Mr. Fusco and Miss Lawless. They were very good mentor teachers. Do I make class fun? No, I don't. I try really hard to, but I always think that things are fun, and then other people are like, this is not fun, Miss Frate. Like word roots. I think word roots are really fun. Nobody else agrees with me. That's fine. What is your motto? I don't think I have a motto. I think my motto is never stop learning, because I'm a teacher and we say nerdy stuff like that. No, sorry, I answered the question before I told you guys what it was. The next one is, do we take any field trips? No, we don't. We used to take field trips. We took one when I was a teacher 2 or 3 years ago, and it was a disaster. It was a lot of work, and it wasn't worth it. So now we don't take field trips. But sometimes we have guest speakers come in. Can you sing for us? I can. I sing a lot in class when I get bored. I don't have anything to sing for you right now. I don't know what to sing. I don't have any songs in my brain right now. They've all fallen out. I'm sorry. I'll sing for you in class. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Very funny. I don't know. There's like a funny response to that, right? It's like, If a woodchuck could, I don't know. A lot. A woodchuck could chuck wood. I don't know. How did you get so into English? I had really, really good English teachers when I was in high school. Their names were Mr. Bennett, Miss Falkenberg, and Mr. Mastrobono. They were amazing English teachers, and they taught me a lot, and they made me really love books. I also had a really bad English teacher my freshman year, but I'm not going to call her by name because I don't want her to find this video and hate me. My favorite color is purple. Did you even really need to ask that question? My hair is purple. I wear purple all the time. I went to Northwestern. Go Cats. What do I dislike about teaching? The thing that I like the most about teaching is you guys, which is really, really sappy, but it is. My students are the best. They're the most fun, and they're interesting, and they're funny, and they make me think, and sometimes they make me frustrated, but usually being frustrated just helps me become a better teacher, so it all works out in the end. I dislike grading. Grading's the worst. So know that for every assignment that I give you, I have to grade 150 of those, and it sucks. So I'm only giving you assignments that I think are really important. Somebody keeps texting me, and they're interrupting my video. Stop it, Mom. Okay. Do you know Veronica Roth? I do know Veronica Roth. Veronica went to Northwestern with me. She was in the same class as me. So we both graduated in 2010, and we were in a student group called Reformed University Fellowship together. She's very cool. She's very tall. How did I choose which college to attend? Interesting story. I chose which college to attend pretty much at random. I visited a bunch of schools, and I disliked all of them because I really liked high school, and I didn't want to think about going to college because I just wanted to stay in high school forever. I know, crazy, right? And so I basically just picked the one that was the prettiest, and that was Northwestern. So there you go. Not a good strategy for picking colleges, by the way. Don't use that strategy. It worked out well for me, but it won't work out well for other people. How was your summer? Oh, thanks for asking. My summer was great. I went to Puerto Rico with my best friend, and I went to the rainforest, and it was really exciting. And I got to see a bioluminescent bay, which is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. So if you have the chance to go to Puerto Rico, I highly recommend it. Do I give homework over the weekend? I try not to. My policy is to give you more than one day for an assignment. So if I'm assigning something, it might be over the weekend, but you'll get more than a weekend day to work on it, if that makes sense. Just because I know that weekends are really important, and I want you guys to actually have fun with your lives sometimes. Why did you become a teacher? That's a good question. I don't know. It sort of just kind of happened. I really liked my teachers when I was in high school, and I've always really liked working with kids and helping them understand stuff. So I was a tutor in high school, and I worked at a lot of summer camps. And I think that being a teacher is really important. So it just kind of all just fell into place, I guess. What's my favorite part of teaching English? My favorite part of teaching English is when a kid says that they don't understand something or they don't like something, and then you work with them on it, and you start to help them figure it out, and then finally they get it, and they just knock it out of the park, and they feel awesome. That's the best part of teaching English. Do you consider yourself a good teacher? Some days. Sometimes I think I'm a good teacher. Some days I think I'm a terrible teacher. And most days I think I'm just kind of in the middle. That's my average, meh. And some days I think I'm really good, and then a lot of days I'm wow, I really suck today. I'll tell you when I suck, usually, because I want you guys to know. Not to take that kind of crap from me. Do you want kids anytime soon? No, I don't. The problem with having kids is that they take up a lot of time and energy, and right now I want to put all of my time and energy into my students, because it's really hard to do both at the same time, especially when you're a new teacher like I am. So you want to get to be a better teacher, and then maybe once I think I'm a really good teacher and I don't have to focus so much on teaching, then maybe I'll have kids. But it's definitely a long way away. I can't even handle real pets right now. I have a robot fish. You want to see? This is my robot fish. Come on, buddy. Show them what you can do. Show them that you can swim. Look at him go. Look at him swim. Oh, he's so good. Good job. We're so proud of you. There you go. Okay. Yeah, he's a robot. See, he's got gears. You don't have to feed him though, which is awesome. Okay, next. How was Kevin? Kevin Pham was an excellent student. I loved having him in class. He was very funny, and he was very intelligent, and he was very creative, which are all things that I enjoy a lot. And he was very nice, too. Kevin Pham, all around excellent student. And Michael, I'm sure you're going to be just as awesome as Kevin was. My favorite movie is a movie called Brick. Very few people have heard of it. I'm sorry, my fish is making a lot of noise. I'm going to move him right now. Okay, I'm back. Favorite movie is called Brick. A lot of people haven't heard of it before. It's what's called a neo-noir. So a film noir is a black and white movie, and it's usually like a detective story. A neo-noir is the same type of detective story, but told in present day. It's really good. It's kind of gory, very mysterious, and it has my favorite actor in it, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. So I highly recommend it, although I think it's rated R, so not all of you can see it. Have you ever left the country? I have. I'm Italian, and I have a lot of family that lives in Italy, including somebody who works at the Vatican, which is where the Pope lives. And I have been to Italy before to visit my family. It was very exciting. We stayed in a convent, and the nuns were all very, very nice. And they were great cooks. Can you sing for my birthday? Yes, we sing for everybody's birthday. But here's the key. This is very important. When you sing happy birthday, you always sing it fast. Because when you sing it slow, it sounds like they've died. Not good. Why do you love to read? Why don't you love to read? Reading's the best. Is that even a question? You can go anywhere in the world. You can go anywhere in time. You can meet all sorts of people that you would never meet in real life. You get to hear things that make you think differently about the world. You learn. You gain knowledge. It's awesome. Reading's the best. I just love reading so much. It's amazing. I don't know what I would do without reading. Okay. English teacher rant over. How was I able to get into Northwestern? I was a very good student. And I got really good grades. I got all A's. I didn't get a single B when I was in high school because I was a big nerd. And I did very well on my ACT. And I did a lot of extracurriculars. And Northwestern really likes extracurriculars because they like their students to be very well-rounded. My dream job growing up, so at first I wanted to be an astronaut. And then I wanted to be a Marine because my uncle was a Marine, which is hilarious because I would be a terrible Marine because I'm a big chicken and I'm not very strong. And then I wanted to be an actress, and then I wanted to be a drummer in a rock band, and then I wanted to be a director, and then I wanted to be a teacher. But I still kind of want to be a drummer in a rock band, and I still kind of want to be a director. I do not want to be an actress because I actually get really bad stage fright, and I really don't want to be an astronaut or a Marine because that just seems like a lot of work. Have you ever sung somewhere in public? Yes. I'm in an a cappella group, and I was in an a cappella group when I was in college, and we would often perform in public. I actually have shows in Chicago sometime. I will not be telling you when those shows are because I really don't want you guys to see it because I feel like I would get really embarrassed. Sorry. What else? Can we be besties? Yes, we can be besties. I'm so excited. Do you like John Green? I do like John Green, but I haven't read The Fault in Our Stars because I don't like crying that much. Because once I start crying, I can't stop, and everybody tells me that The Fault in Our Stars will make me cry. So I'm not going to read it. It's fine. I don't need that in my life. What was your worst subject? My worst subject was math. But even though it was my worst subject, I didn't get bad grades in it. I just had to work a lot harder at math than I did at science, English, or social studies, or Spanish, or art, or band, which were my other classes. Do you like cakes or pies? I don't know if that means would I prefer cake or pie, or do you like cakes or pies in general? I like both. I like cakes better. There's a type of Italian cake called a cassata cake, which has vanilla custard and strawberries in it, which is so good. Why must you be so rude? Rude all the time? I don't know. I was born this way. I don't have an answer to that. What did you do this summer? I already told you I went to Puerto Rico. You guys didn't know that. You guys had both asked that question, though. I'll let it slide. What soccer and football team is... Oh, I can't read this question. I'm going to say my favorite. I don't have a favorite soccer team because I actually don't watch professional soccer, which is weird because I'm a soccer player. But my attitude towards soccer is I would much rather be playing it than watching it. So anytime I start to watch it, I'm like, why am I doing this? I should go outside and kick a ball around. That's usually what I do. My favorite football team is the Northwestern Wildcats. They are a college team. Duh. My favorite professional team is sadly the Cleveland Browns. They are terrible. And they lose a lot. What type of book do you read the most? I'm actually a really big fan of like fantasy sci-fi books. And they're usually for like young adults. Like they're like ages 14 to 16. And I'm like, oh, I'm in my 20s. I'm going to read it anyway. But I just started reading this series called The Lunar Chronicles. And by just started, I mean I've read the first 3 books, so not just started. But that's pretty representative of the type of books I like. They like take place in the future. The society's kind of messed up. There's like all this sort of technology stuff. Crazy. Where are you from? I'm from beautiful Cleveland, Ohio. It's one of my favorite places in the world. And if you have the chance to go, you should go and you should ask me about it because I'll tell you where all the really nice places are. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Art Museum, and the Science Center are probably top 3. Just saying. And 2 more. What is your favorite kind of pizza? I really like red peppers and onions, and also pepperoni. And what sparked my interest in social justice? I was very, very lucky. When I went to school, I didn't know that much about social justice. And I happened to make friends with a lot of people who were very passionate about social justice. And they taught me a lot about it. And because of them, I took a lot of classes that helped me learn about social justice. And then I just kind of like fell in love with it. And I wanted to just do as much as I could. So I was really, really lucky because my friends helped me become really passionate about social justice. And because they're still my friends, we talk about it and we're kind of like activists all together, which is awesome. It's great to have a supportive community like that. And that's it. That's all the questions. So this was a really long video. I won't be offended if you don't watch all of it or any of it. This is just in case you want to learn more about me. And that's it. That's the end. And I'll see you guys in class. I hope you like this. Bye.